Treat Lux your way with the Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. There's the classic $5 box, the indulgent $7 box, and a whole new obsession in the $9 box, the Flamin' Hot Grilled Cheese Burrito. Try the Lux Cravings boxes at Taco Bell today.
How's your day going?
Going good, thank you, yes.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim. It's the only thing like it in the world.
Really, guys?
What? Jackson's always has this game right.
Let's go!
It's the all-wheel drive event at Lithia Ford of Boise. From hunting trips to ski trips to trips to Grandma's house. Nobody does AWD like LFB. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Find your sun with Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Cold, refreshing, and made for moments like these all year long. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.
It's time for the Jacksons Postgame Show on Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a message on the Signature Roofing voice box at speakpipe.com/BNN. The BNN Postgame Show is presented by Jacksons, where you can get a 99-cent 16-ounce coffee or refill with Let's Go Rewards. Need snacks or a cold drink? Visit one of the 300 Jacksons locations today. BNN broadcasts come from the Sun Cruiser Studios. Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, made with real iced tea and real vodka. It's refreshingly smooth and easy to drink. Crack open a Sun Cruiser and let the good times cruise. Bronco Nation News is presented by our title sponsor, Lithia Ford of Boise, and our major sponsors, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, rowpaint.com, and the Blue and Orange store. At Lithia Ford of Boise, we're proud to stand with Boise State Athletics. Through our NIL marketing partnerships, we're investing in the future of student athletes. Lithia Ford of Boise, here to get you there, wherever that may be. Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho. Now, let's go courtside to the Sun Cruiser Studios and join BJ Rains for the Jacksons Postgame Show on Bronco Nation News.
Hey, how we doing, Bronco Nation? Welcome courtside here at the Event Center in San Jose, California. My name is BJ Rains, and we are coming at you after Boise State's 89-58 win over the San Jose State Spartans. Again, hope you can hear me okay, see me okay. Let me know in the chat. I think we're good in all the audio and cameras and everything else. So going to have some special guests join us. Leon Rice is going to join us live, the head coach. We're going to have Pearson Carmichael join us, and Bun Boom for the first time is going to make his interview appearance here on Bronco Nation News after he scores 11 points, goes 3 of 3 from the field in just 10 minutes. You get 11 points out of Bun Boom, and he has just been really impressive coming off the bench of late, earning more minutes. And this was an interesting game, tied 36-36 early in the second half. And then Boise State just went on a massive run. It was 21-5 at one point, and they opened up a lead of, well over 30 points. They've won the last 3 games now by 89 points. And that's an average of 29.7 points per game in the last 3 wins for Boise State. So they are playing well, and things are going good for the Broncos here. So really, really nice game for Bun. You see Drew Fielder's parents talking to Leon Rice down there. He's going to be coming out and joining us shortly here on the postgame show. Going to adjust this camera ever so slightly here. There we are. I'm not sure you need to see me in a 1080 HD, but you are right now on the postgame show as a victorious Leon Rice heads out for his interview on the radio, and then he's going to come join us after that. But a 31-point win, 89-58 for Boise State here, and they're going to have a happy charter flight over to Phoenix tonight, celebrating that one. The KenPom number was only supposed to be 9 for Boise State, and they win by 31, so should be another nice bump in the KenPom, another nice bump in the net rankings, and all around a nice win for Boise State. They did what they needed to do, 4 wins in a row, and they're back to 500 in conference play at 5-5. And again, it was tied 36-36 early in the second half. Boise State goes on a huge run, opens up, like I said, a 30-plus point lead, and biggest lead was 33 there late in the second half, and we're going to have Bun Boom join us here on the post-game show. He's getting ready to make his way over right now. Again, you had 16 from Fielder, 15 from Meadow, 11 from Bun, and 11 from Carmichael as well. So we will bring him in here on the post-game show. His first time to chat with us. Slide in just a little more if you can there, sir. There you go. And turn the mute off here for you. Congratulations, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Down a little closer there. There we go. 11 points tonight, man. You guys win by 31. Tell us how that felt.
It felt great. I felt like we prepared for this, and we locked in, and we took our moments and took advantage of it.
How long you been waiting for an opportunity these last couple games like this to get out there and show what you can do?
Feels like I've been waiting my whole life. Came in confident.
What'd you do to work yourself into position? You weren't playing a lot probably early in the season. Had to be a little disappointing. How'd you keep working, and what have you done to show the coaches you deserve these minutes?
Each day I just come into practice confident, ready, work hard, play my hardest, and the coaches just gave me a chance, told me to be ready, and I came ready.
What when you found that out that you're going to get the chance and getting in there and getting some minutes these last couple games, how's that? What's that been like, and how have you tried to just kind of settle down, let the game come to you, and make some plays out there?
Just shout out to my teammates. They found me out there, helped me play confident, helped me play slow, and I just made the right reads out there and just played with fun.
What haven't really talked to you much, man. What led you to Boise State? What was your journey like?
The coaches. I like the culture. I love it, and I really feel like that they can help me get better and better so I can reach my potential.
Do you feel like you're kind of scratching the surface here? I mean, every day, do you get a little more comfortable, a little more confident here?
Each day, 1% better, I feel like.
Yeah. What do you bring to the table here? I mean, we see what you're doing out there. You're obviously super athletic, but what do you see as kind of your role, what you can bring to this team?
Energy and defense. I feel like that's my main position I'm in right now, and just to prove it out there and just do it every day.
I mean, I know it's fun winning and stuff, but when the team wins and you're out there scoring and contributing, how much more nice does it make it for you?
Man, it makes you smile. I love it so much. Love Boise.
What in terms of your game? I mentioned we've seen you drive. You've hit some threes. You're obviously athletic. I mean, what in terms of your offensive game? How do you kind of describe yourself as a player?
I think I'm a 3-level scorer, and I feel like I can jump and rebound.
And about this team, man, a couple weeks ago, it was kind of a dark time for you guys, losing 4 in a row. Now you've won 4 in a row. What do you think's been the difference?
I feel like we've been doing the same thing we've been doing all year, just practicing hard and keeping our composure. And I feel like we had a little losing streak, but now it feels good to pick it back up and show people who we really are.
How offensively, the ball movement, I mean, just seems like it's a totally different team offensively here.
I feel like we're the same team, just making them more shots and just more confidence.
So how exciting does this make it for you? You get to you get some playing time, you're winning. I assume for you, man, just waking up the next day, going to practice the next day, it's an exciting feeling for you.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Just got to keep going, get better each day. And now we have a big game against GCU coming up.
What do you think about that one, man? As a freshman, man, you're experiencing all this for the first time, and they got quite the student section there. I mean, it's going to be a little different environment than tonight.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good game. They beat us at home, and we're going to come back hungry.
Well, congratulations, man. Awesome job. Great to meet you, man. 11 points. Keep it rolling, and we'll see you Friday in Grand Canyon, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
There he is, man. Appreciate Bun Boom for joining us here on the post-game show. Very well-spoken young man, and we appreciate him for jumping on. Again, he has 11 points tonight. Boise State able to get the win, and by 31. So a nice win for Boise State tonight by 31 points. 89-58 the final. And his journey continues, and he comes last couple games has become a nice key piece for Boise State here. So we appreciate him for coming on. We want your comments. We want your score predictions. We're going to get to all of those. We're going to have Abe Jackson join us a little bit later. Leon Rice going to join us here in a couple of minutes as well. I do want to thank a couple sponsors that make this coverage possible here, and that includes Lithia Ford of Boise, our title sponsor. New, pre-owned, doesn't matter. They got some great deals right now. If you're looking for a vehicle, they got you covered at Lithia Ford of Boise. They're helping out Jeremiah Dickey, Spencer Danielson, a lot of players. You saw the new deal with Ben Ford. So we appreciate Jim Sturk and Company, our title sponsor. Lithia Ford of Boise. Check them out online, lithiafordboise.com. Hey, Sun Cruiser, you looking for a beverage, something to sip on, maybe nothing too strong? Perfect golfing beer or drink, beverage. Sun Cruiser is it. Real iced tea, real vodka. They got the iced tea vodkas. They got the lemonade vodkas, all different flavors and options. Sun Cruiser, appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News, and perfect drink for a victory like tonight. And this man, Pearson Carmichael, going to join us in just a couple of minutes. ICCU, we appreciate them for their support of BNN as well. Our road trip coverage is sponsored by Idaho Central Credit Union. Road trips wouldn't be possible without the support of all of our great sponsors, but that includes our road trip sponsor, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the easiest, that mobile e-branch online banking right there on your smartphone. Idaho Central Credit Union. Check them out at ICCU.com. Hey, Jackson's 75-cent fountain drink. It's coming on Thursday since the Broncos got over 75 points, and they did that with 5 or 6 minutes still left in the game. The Broncos finishing with 89 points. That means you get a 75-cent fountain drink with your Let's Go Rewards app, and that'll be on Thursday from our friends at Jackson's. 75 points means a 75-cent fountain drink 2 days later from Jackson's. Make sure you pick that up on Thursday. And Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com. We appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News, SON Management Group, the Nicolason family, whether it's their breakfast quesadillas, the crispy chicken strips, all the different various options they have. Delicious food, great price. Visit a Treasure Valley Taco Bell location today. Leon Rice going to join us shortly. Pearson Carmichael, Abe Jackson still to come as well. Tons of coverage. But do want to thank the Blue and Orange Store online, theblueandorangestore.com. We appreciate the Blue and Orange Store for their coverage, their support of our coverage of Bronco Nation News. Whether it's jerseys, caps, bumper stickers, car flags, they got you covered. The official in-venue provider of Boise State merchandise. That is the Blue and Orange Store. Again, online at theblueandorangestore.com. Back here courtside, the Event Center in San Jose. 89-58. Exclusive coverage here of Boise State's win on the Jacksons Postgame Show on Bronco Nation News. That's 4 wins in a row for Boise State. And it was one of those games early on where the Spartans were hitting some threes. You get a little nervous with how things are going. And then next thing you know, second half, Boise State just really opened it up. They were only up 3 at the half. And then, it was really close after that. And they kind of pulled away. And it was a super impressive game for Boise State. Like I said, 3 up 3, the rebounding, the offense, the shot making, the defense. I mean, it was another super impressive game from start to finish. And the victorious head coach, Leon Rice, nice enough to join us in the chat. They're loving you in the comments these days, Coach. Four wins in a row, and they're loving one of your freshmen over here, Bun Boom. We just had a chance to talk to him for the first time, and he continues. You told me, I think it was before the Wyoming game, that he was really, really close. In these last couple of games, he's really shown some of that potential.
Well, it's also, he was doing some great things throughout, and he really got better, used the preseason to get better because he had turnover problems and just things that freshmen have to learn, and being on 2 feet and now he's taking care of the ball. But I finally, I looked at our team. I said, well, we got some assets that we're not getting the most out of. And one of them was him. But you don't get much out of a kid if you say, okay, go in there and don't turn it over and don't foul and don't just give Meadow a blow. No, he can't be a good player if he's going to do that. So I had to get a piece, I had to, if he makes a few mistakes, it's fine. He's going to work through them, and he plays so hard. That's what makes him a good player. And he plays aggressive. That's what makes him a good player. And so I had to kind of give him that freedom to mentally go do that because, he just wasn't. It wasn't what I had seen in practice, and it wasn't what he could bring to the team. But it was a process to get to where he is now. And, so earlier he couldn't have handled that. He might have had five turnovers and that's, and he's, this game experience is making him better because, he had a couple, like he had a rebound foul. If his technique's just a little bit better, they don't call that foul.
Yeah.
And those are things you learn as a player, in games. And he's shown he's been a quick learner. And so, but I'm so happy for him because there's a guy that that shows up every day, and you're like giving him encouragement, like, okay, just hang in there, you're going to get an opportunity. And to see us delivering that opportunity and the team embracing it and him taking, making the most out of it.
Yeah. I mean, Coach, this was a 36-36 game when they made a three to start the second half there. And early on, they were hitting some shots. They banked in that three at the end of the shot clock. And you're like, oh, maybe it's going to be one of those games.
Exactly.
And you guys just continue to methodically early in the second half take advantage. I looked up at one point, Coach, there was 6 minutes left in the second half, and they had 2 rebounds.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys really controlled the glass. You got a lot of points in the paint and went on another – huge run offensively to just take a tie game. I think it was 21-5 run at one point. Next thing I know, I look up and you're up 30.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. But we had seen that on tape with our guys, and we talked to them about that, is that, they've had a couple injuries. They don't have the much depth, and we knew that our depth, it might not knock them out at the start, but it's going to be cumulative. Our rebounding is going to be cumulative, and our attacking the paint is going to be cumulative. And it really was. By the end of the game, there wasn't much resistance inside, and we were able to, get to the rim a lot. So, that was, but, like you've seen it in here before, sometimes these guys get hot in here, and that's what I'd seen on tape is some of these guards that they have, I've seen them do that for an entire game, and you're like, whoa.
Yep.
So, to me, I thought this team looks a lot better than their record, and a lot more dangerous. And that's what I felt the first half. You saw when they're good, they're hard to play against. They just, we were able to just wear them down with our depth and our consistent, coming at you on the boards and attacking you in the paint.
Well, you mentioned the depth, 5 guys in double figures tonight. And again, for the second straight game, you get 10 guys, at least 10 minutes of action.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be really pleased. I looked over at one point when you're extending that lead. Not, Jeremiah was sitting next to me during the game. And I by the way, I love watching his passion. Some of the,
that's so great.
There's about 500 people in the arena, and he yells weak on the call.
Yeah.
I'm like, it wasn't me. It was him.
No, it's so great. He's here supporting us. And, I told him, I said, I think this is the first person this ever came to San Jose.
Yeah.
Well,
he was looking around wondering why he did come.
Yeah, I know. But it's great. I think I don't think I know.
Yeah.
I mean, our staff appreciates him for, doing that. And
the
players do. I mean, it's great.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
But what I was saying is I looked over and 4 of your starters were sitting there on the bench. I mean, it doesn't really seem like when you go to the bench that there's much of a drop-off right now.
It hasn't been. I mean, in the first half, our second unit their plus-minus was a lot better than the first unit,
Yeah.
And they gave us a boost. And then what it does, too, is, Drew gets a rest. Now he comes back in better. And then the next, it makes all those guys better. And, that's the value of it. And, it's February. Our guys got juice, they got energy, they got excitement. And if you're playing 5 or 6 guys, you're trying to get that in them, but man, they get worn out. And but you can't do it if there's, like you said, if there's not an increase. And for us, there has been an increase.
Well, I know you didn't want to talk about it the other day, but to get back to 5-5 in
Yeah.
league, and I know you go one game at a time here, but when you're sitting there at 1-5 and almost in last place or whatever it was at that point, I mean, it's a lot of games left. It's one game at a time, but at least to get back to 500 in conference and take kind of a deep breath here. I mean, this has been a nice 2 weeks here.
It has, but the best thing about it is how much better we're getting. Now, we got one of the toughest places to play in the country, a team that's been playing really good, and and they handed us our hats when they played us at our place. I mean, they stuck it to us, and so we're going to have to play. They've gotten better as the year went on, and they've settled into their identity and who they are. And like I said, it is the loudest place I've ever played at, and we got to handle a different kind of environment coming Friday.
They're in a 1-point game right now with 10 minutes to go at Nevada. So you guys get the charter tonight, and then you get a couple nice days. It's going to be 70+ degrees and sunny in Phoenix, and then you get ready for Friday night.
No doubt. We're going down there. Great business trip. But it is nice. I mean, because that you get out in the sunshine right now, it gives you some bounce in your step and some vitamin D. And I think it's going to be a great trip for our guys, and so far it has been.
Well, we're going to chat with Peanuts. We
All
appreciate
right,
your time,
here we
Coach.
go.
Safe travels.
Let's go.
We'll see you in Phoenix.
You got it.
As the Broncos take down San Jose State 89-58. 11 points for Pearson Carmichael. Hit 2 of 4 from 3-point range. All 3 of his free throws tonight in 19 minutes, and he's nice enough to join us for a couple minutes here on the Jacksons Postgame Show. Flip that around. There you go. There we go. How we doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing good. Much more positive comments in the chat and things than a couple weeks ago. I mean, you think about that feeling you guys had flying back from UNLV, man, 4-game losing streak, and now you've won 4 in a row. You're back to 500 in the league. I mean, just talk about these last 12 days, whatever it's been. It's been a nice couple weeks for you.
I mean, we just been battling. We know that we were gonna get over our slump, and eventually, we're gonna get out of our valley of death, we like to say. But I mean, it's just credit to my teammates and my coaches for no one really, checking out or, kind of not being all in. And, we still bought all in, and we just kept grinding, and we're going to keep grinding. And we have a huge opportunity Friday. And, it's going to be a fun one. For
Slide
sure.
in just a little bit here. You're kind of off the thing. That's all right.
Good.
What about this game specifically? Because it was 36-36. I mean, they hit a 3 to start the second half right there, and they had banked in a 3. It was kind of like it just felt like one of those games when you come down here and it's just kind of a weird game. But then you guys just had that run that you've had here in these last couple of games. You had a couple 18-0 runs previously, and tonight I think it was 23-5 or something. I mean, you just used your defense. You got in transition, and you really stuck it to them there in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it just like shows like our depth. I mean, our starters are always amazing and do their thing, but I'm super proud of the guys that come off the bench. I mean, Bun is Bun, and he just flies around and does his thing, and I'm proud of his game today. And I mean, AJ and Spencer and Dom, we got a nice second squad that always comes in and does our thing, and it just shows that our team is not just 5 guys, it's 10, and we just all love to have fun with each other and play.
You're plus 22 again, plus minus. You're plus 25 in the last game. I mean, it's got to feel nice to, as you said, I looked over at one point during your guys' run, there were 4 starters sitting on the bench. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any kind of drop-off when that second group comes in.
No, not at all. I mean, that's something that we hang heavy on, and that second 5 is we're always ready to battle and let it rip. But, I mean, even when the starters check in and sub in for us, like, there's no let-off. Never ever let off. Like, if we're going to run, the next 5 comes in, they're going to run, and then we come back and we're going to run. So it's just we have something going right now, and we just got to keep it going and stay consistent.
What I mean for you, a guy probably very easily could be starting. I mean, how do you kind of, from your role and your mindset coming off the bench? I mean, I know, like I said, there's 8 or 9 guys that probably think they could or should be starting right now. Is that tough at all mentally, or how have you dealt with kind of finding your roles, being that 6th man, so to speak?
No, it's not tough at all. That's something I take pride in. I think I'm a leader in that second group, which I enjoy, and because it's a lot of young people, 3 freshmen. So just being the leader and the voice of that second group when we're all in together is just something I will take pride in, and just coming in and playing with energy and having fun, because it's hard to play if you're not enjoying the game and having fun. So just always having fun and doing our thing, and that's what I like to do.
Okay, 2 more quick ones. We'll get you out of here. The rebounding. I mean, I looked up with 6 minutes left. I told Coach Rice, looked up with 6 minutes left in the second half, and they had 2 rebounds in the second half. I mean, you guys were giving up some offensive rebounds in the first half, but second half, I think it was 22-5 rebounds. You guys hit that glass in the second half, and I thought that was a big key.
Yeah, I mean, rebounding is always a big key in games, and we know that if we out-rebound, we're going to win the game, and, we just hit them and rebound the ball.
All right, so Grand Canyon on Friday. They're in a tight battle, 7 minutes to go against Nevada right now. You may not have a bigger, 4-day span in your career playing a game in this crowd environment and then going there on Friday. I'm sure you've seen that on TV, heard about that. What are your thoughts on Friday night? And you guys owe them a little payback because that was during your stretch where you guys really weren't playing anything. And do you feel like maybe they didn't get your best shot and you're ready to show them that on Friday?
No, for sure. I mean, we owe them a payback. We have to get our get back. And we know that we're coming into a really, really rowdy environment. But that's what we like to play for. A lot of our guys like to play, and their swagger comes in when the crowd gets rowdy. So I'm super excited to see what we do. It's gonna be a super fun one. I'm just really excited to go out there and play in a crowd like that, and for the first time, and try to get our get back.
Yeah, these next 3 road games, you got Grand Canyon, New Mexico, Utah State. You're going to get your plenty of nice, fun, full environments. Hey, congrats, man! Nice win,
yeah,
4 in a row, man. Keep it rolling.
Thank
We'll see you Friday in Phoenix. There he is, Pearson Carmichael. Appreciate him for joining us. Thank you to Jordan Beasley, the whole staff here at Boise State for their help. We're going to have Abe Jackson joining us in a couple of minutes. Hope you're enjoying some live post-game coverage here. Leon Rice, Bun Boom, and Pearson Carmichael exclusively here on the video side on Bronco Nation News, courtesy of all of our great sponsors. And we're here on the Jacksons Postgame Show. Again, the Sun Cruiser Mobile Studios. Get a Sun Cruiser, perfect drink to sip on after this one tonight and celebrate a Boise State win 4 in a row. And again, our title sponsor is Lithia Ford of Boise. We are presented by Lithia Ford of Boise. Check them out. View their full inventory at lithiafordboise.com. And if you're liking what you're seeing, go subscribe. BroncoNationNews.com. Like $6 a month gets you an annual subscription. Recruiting coverage from Chris. You get Nathan. You get Prater's columns. Myself. All the full coverage from the game tonight. A full story coming up. So tons of coverage. And if you're liking it, want to support our efforts and enjoy seeing these post-game interviews and things, these trips aren't free. You got to pay for flights and hotels, and we foot our own dime here on all of these trips. So if you're able to support us with a subscription to Bronco Nation News, just click the Join VIP button up in the upper right-hand corner, and we would love to have you and appreciate those that already have subscribed to Bronco Nation News, our new partnership with 24/7 Sports. It's going really well, and always helps, always makes it a little easier on the post-game show when the Broncos are able to win as they have here. So we're going to go back and look at some of the comments here. Let's see what we're going to go into the comments. University of Phoenix, here we come. Jordan Morales, good job. Very nice second half. Let's see what else we got here. First half was tight all game. Was like, here's the trap game. Second half pulled away. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about 36-33 at the half. You come out early in the second half and you get a quick three-pointer from San Jose State, and it's 36-36, and you're going, uh-oh, here we go. But Boise State just pulled away a really nice stretch there. You had a Meadow bucket. You had a offensive rebound on that free throw from Meadow, which led to a bucket from DA, and then Drew Fielder hit some free throws. You're up 6. Went on another run. You had a Carmichael 3. Spencer Aaron scored on the inside. Another 2+1 from Carmichael, and then they just kind of slowly, methodically built the lead, and they were using defense and turning it into offense. They had some fast break points, which were nice, and I thought it was a impressive win for Boise State. Again, 31 points was the margin tonight. We'll check and see if some of the KenPom numbers have updated. They go all the way up to 54. It has updated 54 at KenPom. So Boise State was 81st at KenPom going into the Colorado State game. They've won 4 games in a row, and they've improved 27 spots at KenPom in less than 2 weeks. And so obviously not worried too much about that. I mean, that you're not looking at large bids to the tournament right now, but all the numbers help, and I'm sure the net ranking will take another nice boost tomorrow when we wake up as well. So a lot to like from this one from Boise State. Again, the rebounding was like 17-15 or something really close in the first half. I thought it was 7 or 8 offensive rebounds that San Jose had in the first half, and they were getting some putbacks and things like that. And I thought Boise State did a really nice job of limiting the glass, controlling the game, dominating the paint in the second half. Boise State had a 39-20 final margin on the rebounding, dominated the second half. And I think they gave up 8 offensive rebounds in the first half, so maybe none in the second half or maybe 1 in the second half. That was it. They just really dominated and didn't give up much at all. 41 bench points again from Boise State. Second straight game where the bench, gets 40-plus points. 56 points in the paint. We said on the pregame show they didn't have much on the interior. Boise State dominated on the interior tonight, and that goes for 56 points on the interior. So Abe Jackson is going to join us shortly. We'll continue our post-game coverage here from courtside at the event center, but want to thank a couple more sponsors while Abe Jackson gets situated. Signature Roofing, covering our community one house at a time, whether it's a re-roof, a repair, an estimate, or an inspection. My Signature Roofing. You can check them out online at mysignatureroofing.com. Signature Roofing, you can leave us a voicemail at speakpipe.com/BNN. Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate. Number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher and Bauscher Real Estate. Buy or sell your home with Matt like the Raines family did, and you can do that at BauscherRealEstate.com. We're going to pick our defensive player of the game coming up from Element Fencing. Cedar, wrought iron, vinyl, decks, pergolas, they can do it all. Check them out online, Element Fencing, elementfencing.com. Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. They got the locations across the state of Idaho, the Treasure Valley, the surrounding states. Download that Skip app. Get savings to 40% off. Shop Ridley's. Love that CUNA location at shopridleys.com. Rowpaint.com, 20% off your winter painting project. Whether it's interior, exterior painting, whether it's those concrete coatings, hit them up, folks, at rowpaint.com. And Transportation Compliance Service, transcompservice.com. They can help you get into the trucking industry. Transportation Compliance Service, transcompservice.com. And a local company helping out folks all over the world, really getting into the trucking industry. So back here courtside at the Event Center in San Jose, Boise State 89, San Jose State 58. And a lot of what we talked about as Abe Jackson joins us, just got off the air, was with Bob on Learfield Bronco Radio Network, I think 670 KBOI locally back in Boise, Abe. And a lot of what we said on the postgame show ran true. Don't let them get hot. They did it first, and then dominate the paint, dominate the rebounding. Didn't happen as much in the first half, but second half, all those key areas stepped up, and your result is a 31-point win. Oh, sorry, I had you muted there. There you go.
You could put that second half up against any half this season. I mean, you shoot 63, 64%. You hold them to 33%. You out-rebound them by 19 in the game. I mean, just dominating in that second half. And the first half, I think what I liked about the first half was that they were getting the shots. The offense was there. I mean, how many point-blank shots did they have and wide-open threes, and they just weren't going down. So you kind of felt like they're going to start to go down. Now, I didn't know they'd go down at a 64% clip, and this would end up being a complete blowout. But I liked what the offense looked like in the first half, even though the shots weren't actually falling.
And the rebounding in the first half, they were giving up some offensive rebounds, some second-chance points, like we said. And then the second half, I think they only had 1 offensive rebound, if that. But I looked up with 6 minutes to go, and I asked Coach Rice about this. With 6 minutes to go in the second half, and San Jose State had 2 rebounds in the second half, too. I mean, I think the final number was 22-5 or something. I mean, Boise State now, when you make a lot of shots and they don't, you're going to have the rebounding edge. But 22-5, I thought they limited the second chance points, and they dominated the glass in the second half.
They did. And that's what you have to do against a team that you're expected to beat. You can't give them second chance points, extra opportunities. So get those defensive rebounds. And it also helps when you hit 64% of your shots, so all they can do is take it out of the net and get it in. So I think you can put that up there as one of the best halves of the season for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to win by 9, you win by 31. That was impressive victory. I know you talked to Bun Boom. We talked to Bun Boom as well. First time having him on. I will take credit for that. I asked Jordan. I was like, hey, bring out Bun. So you guys can. You got him over there. Well,
okay.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, he was. I don't know if you guys have taled to him before. I've never spoken to him.
We haven't, but we did ask him about his last name, and there's a little tweak of the pronunciation.
Okay.
Phonetically, it would be Boom, so it's Boom.
Okay. Well, I've been saying Boom.
I know, and that's how it is there. And he even said, we said, okay, that's a little different. He goes, yeah, I might not have done a great job of telling the coaches how to say it, but it's Bun Boom.
Okay. That's harder to say.
It is.
I'm going to stick with Bun for now. But
I think so. I think that's what we'll do. But he's playing great.
Yeah.
The whole bench is playing great. When you can get 5 guys in hockey sub and you have the confidence in them that it's not just going to go downhill quickly, I mean, that is such a huge advantage, especially with 3 games in 7 days that they have. And it's going to be a little bit different against Grand Canyon. I mean, they've been playing the bottom part of the Mountain West. But what I'll say about that, is people might say, well, these are teams you should beat. Should you beat them by 30? Should you beat Air Force by 40? Should you beat Wyoming by, was it 15 or 16 or something like that on the road? I mean, they are dominating these teams. Yes, that they are favored, but they are crushing them.
Yeah, last 3 wins by an average of 29.7 points per game. They've won the last 3 games by 89 points.
Yeah.
Super impressive. And I just thought the second half tonight, I mean, when they hit that 3 to start the second half, I was like thinking, okay, here we go again. I mean, it just seemed like one of those sleepy games where we talked about it, and it just in a hurry. I thought a key play actually was Andrew Meadow hit a shot and got fouled right after that.
Yes.
They go up 2. He misses the free throw, but they get the offensive rebound.
Yep.
Dylan Andrews scores. It ends up being a 4-point play, and that just kind of slowly led to them building the lead.
Well, in basketball, you kind of do what your offense does. Let me explain that. I didn't say that very well. But the Broncos were running really good offense in the first half, I felt, and the shots just weren't going down. San Jose State, I don't know if their offense was being run that well, but they were knocking down threes like crazy. And so then in the second half, it all kind of turned. Like a team that is running their offense well started to hit shots, and a team that was just relying on being hot in the first half, like San Jose, started to miss and come down to earth a little bit, and that's why you have that huge discrepancy.
And I know you mentioned that not much of a drop-off when the second group comes in, but second game in a row where you get at least 10 minutes out of 10 different guys, and nobody plays more than 24 minutes in this game. Nobody played more than 27. That was Spencer Aarons in the last game. I mean, all things considered, as you said, going to be pretty fresh going Friday to Grand Canyon. But just in general, like to be able to, during that run, I look over and there's 4 starters on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was kind of like Wyoming when they went on that big run. There were 4 bench players, and I think R.J. Keene was out on the floor for the most of that run. So I don't know for a fact on this stat that I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it. The 2 biggest bench scoring games in the history of Boise State back-to-back. If you add the 2 games in consecutive games,
it was over 56 last game, 41 tonight, I think.
I don't think that there's going to be a 2-game stretch that you can find in Boise State history where the bench has scored more points than those 2.
I feel like that's something Bob would know or could look up probably. He's the historian of
probably.
The group. But, you got. I mean, if there has, it's not.
It would be crazy because I mean, these are unbelievable bench points and points in the paint. 41-15 bench, 56-24 paint. And then when you do that, then the threes start to open up. And this isn't an elite shooting team, this Bronco team from 3. So if they give you 33% in a half, I'll take 33% all day. That's what they shot in the second half.
Yeah, and if you'd told me before the game Boise State's only going to hit 5 threes, I wouldn't have necessarily felt great about that. But they didn't need to shoot the threes, and they attacked the paint.
23 assists. I mean, great job moving the ball around. Really good interior passing. The bigs, I thought, did an excellent job of sealing when they were supposed to. And then the exterior players, the guards and the forwards from the three-point line, getting them passes on the way to the hoop. I think it was really nice ball movement and good finishes, especially in the second half.
And 5 guys in double figures. I mean, you still had your Fielder and Meadow leading the way, 16 and 15. But this is not one of those teams, it seems like, that relies on one guy or 2 guys, a Tyson or whoever, to have to go get you 20 plus to have a chance to win. It seems like the balance is really starting to show. And like you said, sure, these 4 wins, they're 4 of the bottom half teams in the conference. I get it. But as you said, the way they've won these games has been more impressive.
They're not sneaking by. They are just running away.
But I think some of the things we're seeing, especially offensively, is stuff that we were not seeing. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're dribbling the ball at the top of the key until the shot clock's about to run out, it ain't going to work.
Right.
So hopefully, I feel like Grand Canyon on a Friday is going to see a different Boise State offense, a different Boise State team than they saw the first time.
For sure. And I think you're going to see some better second halves from this Bronco team from here on out. And the reason being is because of their depth. When you start wearing down teams who might only play 7 or 8 guys, maybe someone gets in foul trouble, so now they're down to only 6 guys. They can hang around in that first half, but then you start getting into the later part of the game, and you start wearing them down with the 10 solid guys that you can put out on the court. I wouldn't be surprised if you see games, maybe not this egregious in the shooting percentages, 66-33, but I wouldn't be surprised if these next games you see a better second half from the Broncos compared to their first half.
This San Jose State team, too, like they're going to get somebody. They got some guys that can shoot, and I know, they're not a great team, but it wouldn't shock me if somebody comes in here and we look up in a week or 2 and go, oh wow, they just lost to San Jose.
They'll end up with a couple more wins, I think, in conference.
Yeah, 1 win right now. It's a win over Air Force, but now we go from what we talked about, Abe. One of the and it filled in a little bit. I don't know what they announced the official attendance. What did they announce it at? 1,874 was the announced attendance, and they're going to go to quite a different atmosphere on Friday night. I know you've been there before. I have not. It's going to be my first trip. What do they call it? The Globe there at Grand Canyon. And they're playing really well. They're, let's see, you guys, last check on the Signature Roofing scoreboard. 2 minutes to go. If that score is correct, there's not been a lot of scoring in that game. 52 to 46. They're up by 6 points there with just a couple minutes to go. But going to be fun, but a much harder, different test on Friday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a much better team in general to start. Again, Grand Canyon opposed to San Jose, and then you put them in that building where it's going to be, I don't know, 6,000, maybe 7,000 sold out. Half of them are going to be students going crazy. Great basketball environment. It presents different challenges than, of course, a quiet venue like this does. A lot of it is communication. Communication was key here to keep that energy up in a dud type of environment, but communication's key in a huge environment like at Grand Canyon, because you just have to talk loud so people know what you're talking about. A lot of hand gestures. Make sure that you're a little bit more locked in defensively, I think, than you were in the first half against San Jose State. But it's going to be an awesome venue, awesome game, and I really hope that the Broncos can get a win, because they've beat the teams that they should have. They've lost to some teams that maybe they weren't favored against. It's time to flip that a little bit. Maybe a team that you're not favored, and you need a couple of those wins. If you're going to start making your trek up the standings at 5-5 now, you're going to have to beat some of those odds and some of those spreads that are against you going into a game.
I was going to let you go, but I don't think Bob's ready yet, so I got one more for you.
Yeah.
What have you seen during this 4-game winning streak that gives you, I guess, the most confidence that they could go in and get a win on Friday night?
Offensive flow, I think, is one. And there was a perfect example in the it was actually in the first half. They got the ball past half court. They did a guard handoff, and then a couple guys interchanged, and then it swung to one side and came back to Dylan Andrews. And by that time, all the motion, there was a switch. There was a switch on Dylan Andrews, and then he was able to sweep right by his man. I don't think he made it, but he got fouled and made the free throws. It was great movement before the one-on-one move, which makes that offense so hard to guard. So the offensive movement, and then just the shot selection. I think everyone is shooting better shots and making better choices on the shots that they take, and that's in part to do with the movement. Before, when they weren't knocking down shots, it's hard to go one-on-one and shoot a good percentage without any movement before.
Yeah.
And I also think that the bigs are doing a great job inside, sealing, keeping that contact, finishing inside. I think it's a different team, how they're playing, that they're going to see in Grand Canyon. And I also think mentally it's a completely different team. They're not coming off a triple overtime loss, which they probably should have won at San Diego State, and then playing Grand Canyon. They've won 4 in a row and have been blowing teams out. So I think they're better on the court, and I think they're better upstairs.
I want to watch that. I might try to find, an hour and 20 minutes when you skip the commercials or whatever and rewatch that Grand Canyon game, because that was right, like you said, coming off that game. They were down big. They cut it to 4, I think, at one point, and then could. But I mean, talking to Pearson Carmichael, he said, hey, it's our get back game. Like you've played, man, like when you have a game like that where you lose a home game to a team that you think you should have beat, or a team that you think you're at least equal to, and you give them one at home and it's during one of those stretches, like how much is it mentally to be like, all right, we get another shot at these guys at their place?
It is. And I think confidence is so big with this team. And I think that, we've seen it. They have their ups, then they have their way downs. It's in one game, we've seen a horrible first half, a great second half. Not this game, but New Mexico actually stands out to me, where they shot 20-something% in the first half and then a great second half. So this team has been on a little bit of a roller coaster. It's settling down right now, but confidence with this team, I think, goes a long way, maybe a little longer way than some other teams that Coach Rice has had. But 4 games in a row, dominating each team. You're back to 500. You're right there in the mix. And I don't think there's a coach that wants to see Boise State play, that wants to see them on the other side of the court right now with how they're playing. You got to say that they're one of the hottest teams in the league.
No doubt about it. 89 points. Again, the margin of victory for the last 3 games, 29.7. And, going to be 70-plus degrees. I know they won't spend a ton of time outside, but just to get out, get in some warmer weather, some sunshine, and I think them going straight to Grand Canyon tonight, and that, like you said, they're feeling good, and they get to spend a lot of time together these next couple of days. It just feels like a much different vibe than a couple weeks ago.
Totally. They're a different team. They're a different team in the way they're playing, and they're a different team mentally going into this next matchup with Grand Canyon.
Well, looking forward to it, Abe. Appreciate your time as always, and we'll see you in Phoenix in a couple days.
That's right.
Appreciate you, man.
All right.
There he is, Abe Jackson. Appreciate him for joining us on the Jacksons Postgame Show after a 89-58 win for Boise State. We got to pick a defensive player of the game, brought to you by Element Fencing. Let's take a look at the stats. Let us know who you would have. RJ Keene had 2 steals tonight. You had a steal for Andrew Meadow, a steal for Javen Buchanan, a block for Drew Fielder. I thought RJ Keene in 21 minutes was plus 11 tonight, had a couple steals, did some nice things defensively, did not score, but I thought Keene did a nice job on some of their perimeter players tonight. I think that's a good way to go tonight for the Element Fencing defensive player of the game. We're going to probably give that to RJ Keene. A couple steals and did a pretty nice job on the perimeter on some of his defenders, and also ended up with a couple of rebounds as well. So you could go a couple different ways here on this one, but we're going to give RJ Keene tonight. I mean, I know Bunn did have some nice moments defensively. He was plus 14 tonight. Nato was plus 23. But the only guy with multiple steals tonight, and I thought did some nice things on the perimeter, we're going to give RJ Keene the Element Fencing defensive player of the game. Again, deck, cedar, wrought iron, vinyl, elementfencing.com. Check them out, Element Fencing, for all your fencing needs. All right, let's go to our Matt Bauscher player of the game. Player of the game, who you got? I think you got a couple options here, but I'm going to go Andrew Meadow. I think Andrew Meadow tonight also had he had 15 points. He was 7 of 12 from the field, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, no turnovers in 24 minutes. He was plus 13. And I thought Andrew Meadow had a stretch there where he really helped the Broncos extend that lead there. Back-to-back dunks, put them up by 19 points there midway through the second half. He had a couple big buckets there. His bucket gave them the lead, 38-36, and then they never trailed again. And then he had another bucket that put him up 44-39 before those 2 dunks. So Andrew Meadow, he is going to be our Matt Bauscher player of the game, 15 points, 5 rebounds. And again, Matt Bauscher, you can check him out online at BauscherRealEstate.com. All your real estate needs. We bought and sold our home using Matt and his team, and we appreciate him for the customer service and the help every step of the way. It was great. Great working with Matt and his team, and we're very appreciative of that. We're rolling along here. They tried turning some of the lights out on us. Sorry if it's a little dark here. I didn't turn my other light on because I didn't think I was going to need it, and then they shut off half the lights. So that we are in the Sun Cruiser Studios courtside. There's about 4 people still left in the arena here, and we are one of them on Bronco Nation News. The Sun Cruiser Studios courtside at the event center. Pick up a Sun Cruiser. Whether it's the iced tea vodkas, the lemonade vodkas, you can pick up a Sun Cruiser and celebrate this win at a Jacksons or your local grocery store like a Ridley's. They've got them there as well. This is the Jacksons Postgame Show. As I mentioned, 75 points tonight. So you get your 75-cent fountain drink. 75-cent fountain drink on Thursday, since the Broncos got 75 points. 2 days after the game, you get a 75-cent fountain drink. You just got to use your Let's Go Rewards app there from our friends at Jacksons. And, of course, our title sponsor is Lithia Ford Boise, LithiaFordBoise.com. LithiaFordBoise.com. You can check out their full inventory of vehicles. They have some great options and some great deals right now, whether it's the new, the used vehicles. They've got some great options at Lithia Ford Boise. So we appreciate Jim Sturk, Jamie Drake. We'll be out there next week, I think. I'm not sure which day, but looking forward to getting out there next week, one of these days and have a broadcast out there. So GCU and Reno going down to the wire. We'll do a check of the scoreboard there. That game is 53-50 with 15 seconds left. Looks like Nevada just called, looks like there was a missed shot with 6 seconds left for Nevada. And you guys may be watching that and have better stats than I do, but looks like there's a missed shot with a couple seconds left. So Grand Canyon maybe getting a big road win there. And all of a sudden you look up, that gives 4 conference losses to Nevada. Nevada still has to come to Boise. So that's another team the Broncos could pass in the standings here if they're able to continue to move up the chart here, because we mentioned Boise State trying to, and I'm sorry if I'm looking down, folks. My computer's down here, the camera's up there, and I can't do both at the same time. So I'm not trying to look down or anything, but I apologize. I'm trying to see the Mountain West standings here. And if you do look at the Mountain West standings, Boise State is sitting there with the 5 conference losses. This will put Nevada at 4. If you can pass Nevada and UNLV, which I certainly think is possible, if you can pass Nevada and UNLV, because you still have both those teams coming home, they're both going to have 4 conference losses. You're going to be 1 game back of 5th place here by the end of the night potentially. And I don't think there's any problem with the 5 seed. I think we've talked about this on a morning show or a post-game show, but if you're the 5 seed, you get to play Air Force in the first game, so you don't have to play your starters very much. I know you'd rather have the bye and only have to play 3 games. I get it. But with the depth on this team, I don't think that's going to be a problem, 4 games in 4 days, and especially if you're able to play Air Force in the first game and not really have to extend too hard and play guys too many minutes. It's basically a scrimmage. You get guys some confidence, get their feet wet, and you get the game under your belt, and you go in that next day. And how many times have we seen Boise State lose that first game when the team that had or at least have a close game, when the team that had to play the first day, had some confidence in their mojo going and then beat them, that when they'd been sitting around. So I don't think it's necessarily a really bad thing if Boise State ends up as the 5 seed. Don't forget, top 4 seeds. And Sky, I know you sent me a message, so apologize for that. I'm bad on Instagram. I'll try to get back to you. If they get the 4 seed, yes, they would get a bye and they wouldn't play until Thursday. I don't know if that's going to be possible. I think the 5 seed is certainly attainable, though. But if you're 5 through 12, you have to play on Wednesday. If you get the bye, you play on Thursday. Top 4 seeds get the bye. Right now, I would have to say that the 5 seed would be the most likely, or I guess the most attainable in my opinion, but the 4 seed certainly not out of the realm. I get it. You don't want to have to play 4 games in 4 days. I understand that, but I feel like the 5 seed would not really be that big of a deal because you get basically extended practice against Air Force, get a lot of guys some confidence and some work, and then you go in full go against the 4 seed there. I think that's certainly so. I think the 5 seed would be a great spot for Boise State given where they were. I mean, they were 1-5 in conference play at one point. Now they've won 4 games in a row, and they're back to 5-5. And if you find a way to win on Friday night, I mean, Grand Canyon, this is going to be a big test. They continue to win and look impressive doing it. That's going to be a nice road win for them at Nevada. And if you can find a way to win that game, then you get Nevada at home. I mean, you could possibly be on a 6-game winning streak and really keep this thing rolling here. So what a difference a couple of weeks makes. And yeah, again, we're not printing the championship T-shirts or the rings or the parade or anything like that just yet. It was 4 games against the bottom half of the league. But like I said, you can look at the KenPom numbers, and there's numbers you're supposed to win by, and then what you do after that. And in these 4 games, Boise State has improved 27 spots at KenPom. I mean, that's a big deal at this point in the season. In a 4-game stretch, in a 12-day stretch, to improve 27 spots at KenPom, that doesn't typically happen very often. To go from 81 to 54 shows you that not only are they winning, but they're winning convincingly, and they're winning the right way with all the different things that they can do in terms of the way they're playing offensively and defensively. And they're not just winning, they're winning the right way, so to speak, and doing things that translate to a 27-point jump in KenPom. The net rankings, I think, have jumped well over 20 spots as well. We'll get the update tomorrow, but I would assume that'll be another nice jump to win a game on the road by 31 points. So Grand Canyon does hang on, and they'll win that game, it looks like. So they fouled on the 3. I guess they're looking to see what's going on there. I guess there was a foul, but I don't know if it was a 3 or not. You guys can let me know what's going on in that game. I guess they called the foul. Did they call a foul with okay, they called the foul. And I wish I was watching this game, and I appreciate all you guys for letting me know what's going on here. So I guess there was a foul on a 3-pointer. Cottage Cheese saying the game is not over. Okay. All right. So whoever told me it was over. All right. Nevada fouled while shooting a 3. So that's why you don't do it. That's why you don't foul when you're up by 3, because they have the new continuation rule this year. And I guess we'll see if they can make the 3 free throws or not. But looks like Grand Canyon not over yet. And I'll have to watch that highlight later and see what happened. But how's the San Fran traffic? Super Bowl machine title we've already rolling. I flew into Oakland earlier this morning and then drove down, and it wasn't bad. I think hopefully get out of here. If this was this time next week, it would certainly be worse. But I don't think it's been anything terrible yet. Nevada's going to be shooting 3 with 0.6 seconds on the clock. How about that? Wow. So I'm going to go, and I can probably see this before you guys do, because I can go to the stat broadcast and see what's going on here. Let's see here. All right, today's events. Let's go to Nevada, and you guys are going to be letting me know what's happening probably before. Let's see here. This is still showing 53-50, so I guess they have not taken the free throws yet. Is that he makes 2 of 3. I don't know if that's what they're guessing or what happened, because I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any free throws have happened yet in this game. So this is great hosting, great show that we're just watching. I'm commenting about a game that I can't even see here. So apologize for that. And you guys are letting me know what's happening here. So I guess we're watching this together here and having a little fun. I guess they've been reviewing, and we'll see what happens here. There is 53-50 is what I'm seeing still on the official stat broadcast, and that's usually updated before the TV feed updates. Looks like the first one went in, so 53-51. First free throw is good by Tyler Rollison, and what drama there with less than a second. The second one is also good, 53-52, and the second one is good, so he makes the first two, and the third free throw is coming. A chance to tie the game and send it to overtime, and he made it. He made all three, 53-53. All three free throws are good, and they are headed to overtime. It looks like they're in Nevada, and wow, Grand Canyon, that could be this game goes overtime. That's extra minutes they have to play, and then that's also, maybe a mental thing, too, to think you had the game won and then lose it, and that might be just what Boise State needs to get them, off their game a little bit, I guess, going into Friday night. So Boise State, by the way, is chartering tonight. In previous years, they would have to wait and take a commercial flight tomorrow, but no, they're chartering. They will be going to bed tonight in Phoenix at their team hotel and wake up tomorrow and have 2 full days to get set for this game on Friday night. So I think that that's a massive advantage for Boise State, given some of the previous years where they had to stay here and then fly commercial and waste half of tomorrow getting there. To get a charter flight tonight, I think that's a really big deal to get over to Phoenix tonight and get ready for that game on Friday night. And man, that's going to be a lot of fun. And the way Boise State's playing, you got to feel good about it. You got to like what you're seeing from Boise State right now. 4 wins in a row. You've improved 27 spots in the KenPom. And again, I'm not necessarily saying that because that means, they're going to get back in the at-large picture, whatever. No, I'm just saying that shows that analytically they're playing really, really well right now to improve 27 spots in 4 games. And that makes a big deal on just like Abe said. Yeah, you played 4 teams in the bottom of the half. You won. You did what you were supposed to, but you also did more than you were supposed to because you're winning these games by 30-plus points when you're only supposed to win by 9. I mean, that Wyoming game, they were only supposed to they were supposed to lose the Wyoming game according to KenPom, and they win that game by 16, 17 points. And here you're supposed to win by 9, and you win by 31. So the ball movement, 23 assists that we talked about, 5 players in double figures overall. Another just really, really nice game for Boise State, and 4 in a row. And man, what a difference 12 days can make when you think about what it was like flying back from for the team on that charter flight after losing in overtime against UNLV. And I truly believe if Javen Buchanan plays, they probably win that game. There were folks jumping off the bandwagon, wanting Coach Rice fired and everything during that streak. What's his buyout? All this kind of stuff. And I think folks needed to just take a deep breath. And 2 of those games were in overtime. It's not as bad as it seemed. Even some boosters were texting me a little, wondering what was going to happen, if this thing was going to fall off the rails. And I think that when you just kind of take a deep breath and look at the schedule and also realize, like, the track record of this team, and folks will maybe make a joke about that. Track record, flame out in March, whatever. I get it. But the track record of this Leon Rice team is that they have little tough stretches and they rebound in a big way and pick up some big wins. And why it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they go win Friday at Grand Canyon. That's what this team historically has done under Leon Rice over the years. So I think that folks count them out. They have a rough couple weeks, and then they go on a big run. Like I said, that's just what they do. And we'll see. But this team, certainly the way they're playing, the way they're moving the ball, this team is good enough to beat anybody in this conference. Does that mean they're going to win the Mountain West tournament? Does that mean they're going to win the rest of the rest of the games and get an at-large bid? No, I don't know about that. Could they win the Mountain West tournament, though? Absolutely, if they play like this. There's no team they can't beat on a neutral court. Certainly going to the pit's going to be tough. Going to Utah State is going to be tough. Friday is going to be tough at Grand Canyon. But overall, this team is really impressive and right what they're doing right now. And if you're a Boise State fan, you got to be feeling a little better about maybe deciding to buy those tickets for Vegas. I saw the Drapers and some folks said that they just bought some tickets for Vegas. I think you feel a little better about doing that. Maybe 2 weeks ago you didn't want to buy a ticket, but right now, why not? They're certainly looking like a team that's going to at least be competitive down there, no doubt. And it just kicks you. If they could have won that I really believe if they would have won the San Diego State game, they probably do beat Grand Canyon. That just took so much out of them to lose that game in triple overtime like that. And then that was kind of a crazy 2-week stretch. If you could have got even just the UNLV game, you'd be in such a different spot right now. But you didn't, and you know what? Maybe losing those games is what needed to happen. I want to dive into this the next couple of days, but RJ Keene said something yesterday about after the UNLV game or before the UNLV game, somewhere around the UNLV game, they got in some sort of circle or had a team meeting or something, and everybody went around the room and said something about a different player, and they had kind of a sounds like a come to Jesus type moment, or just some hard conversations, and also had some conversations where they were propping each other up and talking about positive things and trying to get guys, feeling positive about each other. And I don't know if that was Leon Rice's idea or what led to that, but I want to dive into that more because he kind of said it in passing in the interview yesterday. And I want to find some more, in-depth details about that, because that certainly seems like a turning point to this season, because they're not just winning, they're winning convincingly, and the offense looks different, the defense looks different. They're looking pretty impressive right now. So Tom Moser, somebody said he has to stay up super late tonight. Yeah, he does every night. I feel for him, but it's 1 a.m. on the East Coast. He lives near Philly, and flip over and watch his show. When you watch his show, watch it on his new channel. Excuse me. There's another YouTube channel. We're trying to build that channel up, because if it gets to 1,000 subscribers, we can start making money off that too. So if you can help subscribe, it is youtube.com/@Mountain West BNN /@Mountain West BNN, or just search Another Night in the Mountain West on YouTube. Subscribe to that channel and then watch his post-game shows over there, and that helps us out in the algorithms and things. But he is trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then we're going to transition that into the Pac-12 next year. Football, basketball, I'm not really sure yet. I have some ideas for it, but that's going to be more of a conference-wide YouTube channel. And this is, obviously Boise State centered, but another night in the Mountain West, and Tom Moser has to stay up yet again. Another night where Tom Moser is staying up to start a show after 1 o'clock in the morning, and I believe he's like a school teacher or something, so he's got to get up pretty early. So appreciate Tom. He's doing a great job. If you haven't watched that show, you need to go watch it. Another Night in the Mountain West coming up here when these games end. They're in overtime in that Grand Canyon game, and then also I think New Mexico is laying it on pretty good with UNLV. That's a blowout with about 3 minutes to go. New Mexico up huge on UNLV. So UNLV is going to have 4 conference losses. And then either Nevada or Grand Canyon is going to get another loss as well. So Boise State just did what they needed to do tonight, and then some, winning by 31, 4 wins in a row. Now they head over to Phoenix, feeling pretty good about themselves here, getting ready for Friday night's game. So we're going to have full coverage tomorrow morning. We'll be on 9 a.m. normal time, 8 a.m. here in California. We'll have a full show tomorrow, and then I believe Jay Tuss is going to pop on tomorrow for a little bit, and then we'll get over to Phoenix. Full show on Thursday morning from Phoenix, full show Friday morning from Phoenix, and we'll get you set for the game on Friday night. So appreciate you guys helping make this coverage possible. Exclusive coverage here at the Event Center in San Jose. You had Bob and Abe on the radio side, then you had BNN. No newspapers, no TV stations. Nobody else made the trip to come down to San Jose except Bronco Nation News. So as I always say, I don't say that to brag or gloat. I just want to put the facts out there. So some folks still tweet about the game and write stories from their couch and use, post-game radio interviews and try to provide coverage, and that's great. But hopefully when it's coming to your time for a subscription, I know your money is tight, and if you're picking one spot to subscribe, one spot to get your BSU news, hopefully you're supporting us for our travel efforts and being down here on the road, and pretty much for every game. So $6 a month right now, BroncoNationNews.com. You can subscribe, read all of our work, our recruiting coverage, analysis, opinions, news. You can chat in the VIP message boards and get all kinds of exclusive content there, and all kinds of other subscriber benefits, like some exclusive YouTube shows and things with Ball Talk and other stuff. So appreciate you guys for your support and making it possible to be down here. Leon Rice players live on our show. I mean, it's crazy to think that happens, and it's because of all of our advertisers, all of our subscribers, and all of our viewers and watchers like you. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on YouTube, help support our efforts. And like I said, if you can subscribe, we'd love to have you. BroncoNationNews.com. Click that join VIP button in the upper right-hand corner. If you can't subscribe, just watch our shows, share our shows, retweet our shows, and support our sponsors. It's pretty easy. Go get the 75-cent fountain drink from Jacksons on Thursday, and go buy a taco at Taco Bell. And when you get a chance, tell the manager or the owner that you heard about it on BNN, or that you're supporting them because they BNN. Tell Travis Hawks when you buy some gear at the Blue and Orange store that it's because of his support of BNN. That stuff goes a long way in wanting those guys to recap and renew, I guess, when it comes set for the new year. So appreciate you, Tottage Cheese. Good to see you down here at the game. And I saw a couple of BSU fans. Saw Drew Fielder's parents. I think Dom Parolin's parents were here. So we had some family here. And I agree. This is a fun little group here. Our BNN community, all the folks in the chat. Many of you I've never met, but we kind of feel like we all know each other in the chat. And it's fun to sit around and chat and know that we have a place pregame, postgame every morning at 9 a.m. to talk Boise State athletics, and that's really what this is all about. This is your show. This is your your shows and your site and your stuff. It's for the fans and it's for you guys, and we try to help provide the coverage and provide the platform for you guys to chat and have your discussions and express your opinions on these shows. And we certainly try to allow you guys the opportunity to do that. We don't read every comment, but we certainly try and get live interviews with players and coaches and getting Abe Jackson on here and showing you warm-ups and doing what we can to get you guys a little closer to the action. This game's a Mountain West Network game. Probably not a great broadcast, but we give you an hour pregame, an hour plus postgame, and try to make this a big deal. This is, somebody said, why are you here? There's going to be 75 fans on the pregame show. It's a Mountain West basketball game. It's Boise State. Any game's a big game to us, and we're going to give it the coverage it deserves. And like I said, some newspapers, some TV stations, all newspapers and TV stations in Boise don't see the value, don't see it's worth the investment. And you could argue that, I guess. Is it worth $1,000, whatever I pay to come to each of these road games? I don't know. But I feel it is, because I know in the end you guys are supporting our sponsors, and our sponsors are getting a return on their investment, and you guys are subscribing, and you guys are watching these shows and like it. And it's all we're working out. So appreciate you guys. And who would have thought 4+ years ago when I started BNN what it would become? And it's because of all you guys. The subscription numbers are going up. And like I said, the biggest thing you can do if you can't subscribe is go support all of our great sponsors. We could not have BNN with the support of all of our sponsors. And while we're waiting for this game to end, I'll run through them all real quick one more time. And of course, Lithia Ford Boise online at lithiafordboise.com. Our title sponsor, it all starts with Lithia Ford of Boise. Our studio sponsor is Sun Cruiser. Sun Cruiser, iced tea vodkas, lemonade vodkas. Pick one up today. Idaho Central Credit Union, the best online banking, e-branch banking, online, iccu.com. I mentioned the 75-cent fountain drink from Jacksons. You can get that on Thursday, 75-cent fountain drink from Jacksons. Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com, the SON Management Group. You can get some great Taco Bell and breakfast quesadillas tomorrow on your way to work from our friends at Taco Bell. Boise State gear, you can do that at the Blue and Orange Store. Online, you can order anywhere in the world at the blueandorangestore.com. You need a new roof? Hit up Signature Roofing. All your roofing needs online. Signature Roofing, mysignatureroofing.com. Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. Matt Bauscher, all your real estate needs. Check out BauscherRealEstate.com. Element Fencing, ElementFencing.com. All your fencing needs. Brady and his crew are ready to help you out at ElementFencing.com. Ridley's Family Markets, ShopRidleys.com. Check them out. Ridley's Family Markets online at shopridleys.com. Rowpaint.com, 20% off those winter painting projects at rowpaint.com. And, of course, Transportation Compliance Service online, transcompservice.com. Transportation Compliance Service. Don't forget, Tom Moser coming up with another night in the Mountain West. As soon as this game ends, another night in the Mountain West, we'll have you covered. Nevada's up 4 with 26 seconds to go, and looks like they're going to be going to the line maybe to shoot some more free throws, it looks like. But Nevada now up 5 as the first free throw is good. And 62-57. Looks like Nevada's going to hang on. And what a crushing loss for Grand Canyon, as they're going to come home and have to deal with that. And you can look at that one of two ways, I guess. But again, another night in the Mountain West coming up shortly on Bronco Nation News. So stick around for the next show, and that'll be on his YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Mountain West BNN. But again, you could look at it one of two ways. Grand Canyon's going to be fired up and mad and ready to beat Boise State, or they're going to be kind of dejected and have a rough couple of days of practice and be Boise State will have them right where they want them to kick them while they're down there. So a couple of different ways could happen. A couple of different ways there for that one. So let's see. A lot of nice comments coming in. Appreciate that. No comments on Bronco Nation updates. Those guys are a joke. I'll just say that, and I wouldn't spend 1 second of your time following or reading. And you know what, tried to be nice to them, but they're just going to continue to take shots at me and all the local media. I just not a big fan of those guys. I like the fact that they are trying to support Boise State. I mean, more people talking about Boise State, more coverage is great, and so I give them credit for that. And they're trying, but a lot of their shows are basically copying our shows, and the names are similar, and they're just they like to take shots at us, and it's very disappointing because I've never said one bad thing about those guys until they continued to take repeated shots at us, and so it's just very frustrating, disappointing. I gave them 20 seconds more than I should have of thought here. So just be smart when you're reading and paying attention to things like that. Christy, only subscribe because of your basketball coverage. Appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Really nice of you to say. And I think the recruiting coverage is good on the football side. I think everybody does a tremendous job over there on our BNN staff, but certainly our investment to cover this team on the road and basketball. I really appreciate that. So let's see what else we got coming in here. Thank you, Bronco Nation News. GCU is going to be quad 2 on Friday. That doesn't matter. You're not trying to win an at-large right now. You just want to win games, so I don't think you need to worry about that. Let's see. Now they're talking about concession stands at the event center being really, really bad. I didn't get a chance to go up there and see them, so I'm not sure what the concessions were. But, all right, I think they're ready to get me out of here and turn the lights off, so I'm going to go ahead and shut this thing down. We're at an hour and 10 minutes. Looks like Grand Canyon is going to lose the game, and Nevada's going to win. So Boise State will be facing the Grand Canyon team coming off a tough loss, and we'll have plenty to talk about on that tomorrow in the next couple of days. But again, the Sun Cruiser Studios here courtside at the event center. Go pick up a Sun Cruiser, and again, make sure on Thursday you get that 75-cent fountain drink from Jacksons, where you can get 75 points, means 75-cent drink using that Let's Go Rewards app, and the Broncos did get over 75, so they're going to get that drink on Thursday from our friends at Jacksons. And, of course, our title sponsor, none of this would be possible without Jim Sturk, Jamie Drake, Lithia Ford of Boise. That next car truck purchase, folks, there's one spot you need to go, and that's Lithia Ford of Boise. They're taking care of Spencer Danielson, Jeremiah Dickey, a lot of coaches, a lot of administrators, certainly going to have the car or truck you're ready for and the price you're ready for at Lithia Ford of Boise. So check them out at lithiafordboise.com. We are going to have a show tomorrow. My flight's not till 11 something, so I'm going to wake up early on the West Coast here, and we will get you a morning show. So hopefully you'll join us at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and we'll have a full show for you at 9 a.m. as Boise State will have plenty to talk about tomorrow. So yes, we will actually probably have a show tomorrow at 9 a.m. the normal time. And I think Jay Tuss is hopefully going to join us. So appreciate all of you for watching. Again, flip on over to Another Night in the Mountain West. That's going to be starting shortly with Tom Moser. And then we'll see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'll have a full story up on the website a little later tonight, so you can go subscribe. Again, click that Join VIP button, and it's only $6 a month, I think, for the VIP option. They have the monthly option as well. But just pay once, get the year out of the way, and then you don't have to pay it till next year. So we'd love to have you join our coverage and support our efforts, being the only local outlet down here that made the trip to San Jose for this one. But another win, 4 in a row, and we're heading over to Phoenix tomorrow to cover the game on Friday night. But first, we'll have that show at 9 a.m. tomorrow on Bronco Nation News. Go support the sponsors, like, subscribe this video, tell your friends, subscribe at BNN, BroncoNationNews.com, and make sure you stick around for Tom Moser, Another Night in the Mountain West, coming up next. Again, dominant performance, 89-58, a lot to like tonight. 5 players in double figures. The Broncos win by 31 points, and they've now jumped 27 spots in the Ken Palm ranking as they continue to impress, continue to play well. Now they'll take a 4-game winning streak into Grand Canyon on Friday. So appreciate you guys. Hope you have a good rest of your evening. Go watch Another Night in the Mountain West, and then join us at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Again, the final score from the event center here in the Sun Cruiser Studios courtside as Boise State takes down San Jose State 89-58. For the Jacksons Postgame Show, and our title sponsor, Bronco Nation News, is Lithia Ford of Boise. My name is BJ Rains, and hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoy the coverage at BroncoNationNews.com, and we'll see you at 9 a.m. tomorrow here on BNN, but we'll see you in a couple minutes with Tom Moser on Another Night in the Mountain West. Another good night for Boise State. That's 4 in a row. We'll talk to you guys later from San Jose.